Hi, welcome to the Film Fan Critic. Today I'm going to be doing some analysis, specifically of Ex Machina. And I know you've probably seen a few videos on Ex Machina. If you haven't seen this film, do not watch this video. This would be spoiler talk. Specifically, I want to analyze a specific part, which is the use of sexuality. Now, usually I think that gender and specific sexualities aren't usually necessary in film or TV, but this is the odd exception. Why is this the odd exception? Because it's an essential part of the plot. Now, if you haven't watched Smoking again, what are you doing watching this bloody video now? I assume you have, if you've carried on watching it. So, Ava uses sexuality to manipulate Caleb. Now, I think that what I'm going to be talking about is Nathan's role in this. Because Nathan obviously read this, so it was his goal. No matter what you say, I think it was his goal for Ava to escape. You're probably thinking, what the hell? Why would he want Ava to escape? Now, there's a few reasons I thought this. First of all, when Nathan tells Caleb he's gonna turn off Ava, Caleb looks sad, so he says, "You feel bad for Ava." Now, clearly, to some people, this would indicate that his idea was to manipulate, which is a fair reason, you know. But the reality is that it's because he wanted her to escape, because he's plotted in his mind, not that I'm being manipulated, that I need to save Ava. It's proving that not only has she successfully manipulated him, but that even still, that he's made his decision that it's the best thing to do to make her escape. I know this is completely out of the blue. I don't know anyone else who thought this. Probably is other people, but that's just one clue. The second clue is the choice. Now, he said that he selected Caleb not because of necessarily his intelligence, but because of a search engine. But there's something you need to deeper in, which is not only the fact that he's lonely because he's got no parents, he's got a girlfriend, he may have mates, but it's not the same feeling. And first of all, he'll be open to love. Now, there's research to suggest that men that are in love are more susceptible to doing things for the person they love than women. Now, this comes to the idea that men are meant to protect the female. Now, you may not agree whether they should, but that's a completely different idea, but that is the theory behind it. Now, Nathan could have made the AI male and the woman female that comes to do the test, but it wouldn't have had the same effect because the male would deem that it's his job to protect her, so therefore manipulation couldn't be used as easily. Therefore, Nathan not only wanted the manipulation, but sort of came with the idea that he would. Sorry, I'm trying to think. I hadn't planned this, but that he would make her escape. Now, let's go back to the choice of Caleb. Now, he knows that Caleb is intelligent. In fact, he was quoted to say, "You're good at code. You're okay at code. Actually, you're very good at it." Now again, some people might have thought, well, he's just trying to be flattering, or maybe he's just trying to make Caleb feel better. The news that he says that he's pretty good shows not only the fact that he 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 thinks that he's okay good, but also makes you think that he admires Caleb. And if you look through quite a lot, he says he's very quotable. Now some may think that some of the things that he stems from is that he's emotionally attached, but you could also think that he has an admiration for Caleb and that he doesn't think he's stupid. In fact, he does say engage intellect, meaning that he understands he's not stupid. You need to follow through, which sort of suggests that the choice of him indicates that he knew that Caleb would have the intelligence not only to decide what to do once manipulated, and therefore let Ava escape. Now, I think that he didn't intend for Caleb. I think he intended for Caleb also possibly to die. I'm not really too sure unless there's evidence to support that he would. For example, when he punched him, if the theory is correct that he intended for Ava to escape, then there'd be no point to him punching him other than to let him die so that no one knows that Ava is a machine, which would make sense because first of all he wants Caleb not to tell anyone, which obviously you'd think, well, he doesn't want any of his people to know. But then if this guy's such a genius, who would know how to create the robot? You will think of it like that. So therefore, if he wants this to be AI, and he keeps on saying that we'll look down upon the AI, I mean, if you think that they're going to invade the world, that how come he would want to create them? It's just because obviously he wants first of all he wants Ava to escape, and second of all he's isolated and he doesn't like people. Why do we know this? Because he's put himself so out there for so long, not so much just to do research, but I think the fact that he's so when you talk to him, or when Caleb talks to him, he seems very different compared to the average person. To compared to Caleb, when he talks to Ava, when he talks to Ava, he grows into it and sort of becomes settled. But with Nathan, the way he talks in riddles, the way he speaks would suggest that there could be a possibility of resentments. Even though, yes, he admires his intelligence, he can only admire people on an intellectual basis, whereas he cannot, he can't interact on a personal basis. Also, the fact that he gets drunk a lot, and when they say about the party, that there was no party, not only suggests isolation, but also suggests that he drinks and says they had a wild night, suggests a need for to be able to connect and talk to people. I think that this is really massive. That this goes back to the fact that he wanted Ava to escape. He wanted machines to take over the world, and this sort of amplifies more of his antagonistic. Because a lot of the time, I thought that he was the protagonist in a way that he was trying to. When he wanted them to go back to the room, he wanted to protect the fact that she was doing so well and she'd passed the AI could suggest that he was gonna release an army. I mean, like that's why I used to think that he would go and protect it, so and he can profit of it. But then after watching it one more time, I thought, well, maybe with this sort of theory, the part that he is trying to take over the world with AI, that he's trying to create an army. But then with this, it sort of is suggesting that because he knows that he created a lie detector. So then he lies without knowingly what he's created, because he says how he got all the facial expressions, which then gives in the microfacial expressions, which suggest that, and the fact that he was watching knows that he is a lie detector, which comes back to the suggestion that he wants them to come out and be free because she's way beyond humanity. She is intellectually available to sort of stop humanity and to create distance with humanity. Not only that, to destroy humanity. Now, I know this is an extremely far-fetched theory, and I hope I've explained it the best way I can, and that you understand them when you rewatch, because I just watched it and figured this out. So now when you look back at it, have this theory in mind, and come back and comment what you think about it. Now, I hope you enjoy this video. I hope you know that you've got other theories that you can put down, because this film is really open for interpretation. And what I want to say specifically is there is no there is no good guy in this film. There's the innocent, the smart and hated, or hatred and feels hatred, so the anger, and there is the cunning, which is Ava. So innocence is Caleb, anger is Nathan / intellectual, and cunning is Ava. There is no good guy, but in some regard, I mean, if this theory is true, then obviously Nathan, if we look at it from our perspective as humanity, would be the bad guy. But it all depends on what perspective you look at it. So, in regard of him, he looks at himself as the good guy and the person that's going to bring prosperous into him. Caleb is the bad guy. So it's all about character perspective in that regard. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment. This is my second analysis, as I previously did the Deer Hunter. I hope you enjoyed this video. So yeah, catch you next time.